Please silence your phone, eliminate distractions, and prepare to receive information that can impact your future. What you are about to hear is not hype. It is a system built on education, usability, and long-term vision. This presentation has the potential to shift your perspective and introduce you to new possibilities within the digital economy. Those who pay attention position themselves ahead. Stay focused, stay present, and get ready. Your presentation begins now. Prepare for an insightful fintech experience.
All right, pleasant evening to each and everyone. We are very excited to be here one more night, and of course, I hope you are excited. I'm seeing Trinidad and Tobago in the building. I'm seeing St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm not sure if it's Canada I'm seeing in the building, but of course, I'm seeing people from different places. And I know as we progress this evening into our call, we will have persons from different parts of the world. But let me not miss you. Of course, I'm going to just ask you to type the city you're joining us from so I can acknowledge your city and, of course, acknowledge you on the call. It's very, very important for us that we actually communicate a little bit. And, of course, we know the people who we are interacting with. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anderson Chester. I'm the co-founder of Grand Tech Global. Grand Tech Global is the parent company of the GRXEN network. And we're going to speak tonight a lot about GRXEN network. So if you are on this call tonight, it would have been because someone invited you and someone took the time out of their busy schedule to encourage you to get on this call. I think you made a wise decision. And if that's the case, if you are here for the first time, welcome to the call. Of course, Robert Hobson, good to see you from Canada, shining in. Of course, it's always a pleasure. I saw you here very early, by the way. You were here like, well, almost 20 minutes before the call. So thank you for being here on time. We are definitely going to share with you a lot of information tonight. And in particular, we're going to speak about GRXEN Gaming when it comes to our ecosystem. We have a wide and broad ecosystem, a very strong and solid ecosystem. But tonight, we're going to focus specifically on the gaming aspect of our ecosystem. We're going to share with you how you can benefit, more so how you can make money. And if you are on this call and you are excited about earning an additional income, I'm not speaking about get-rich-quick schemes or overnight magic, but I'm speaking about additional income to your bottom line. Type me a 111 in the chat. I think that's very, very important for us to actually be on the same page. And thank you for your feedback. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. The feedback in the chat is always important. So without further hesitation, let me jump right into what I'm going to share with you guys tonight. I'm going to speak a little bit about why we exist, okay, as an ecosystem. I'm going to share why we exist as a company, why we exist from the perspective of understanding so that you can be clear in terms of understanding why we do what we do and why you participate within our ecosystem. The truth is people buy solutions, not systems. You know, when we look at everything around us, everything you do, that you own, that you purchase is to solve a problem. Whether it's you were heartbroken and you went and you got some food, you were depressed, it was because you tried to eat something to make you feel better, okay? It's a solution. That's what we buy. We actually buy solutions every single day. That is what we do. And within our community, we go head on into solving a couple of problems that there are in the world. And in the fintech space, and when I say fintech, I mean financial technology. In the financial technology space, ladies and gentlemen, when we speak about traditional gaming, you'll understand that there was a lot of time spent in gaming long ago. When you those of you who are on this call, you look at the screen, you're seeing, it's like my son saw this and he said, "Oh, Daddy, is this a PlayStation control?" Yeah, so those of you who understand PlayStation, the remotes or the console or the remotes were very, very different back then, 20, 30 years ago. But the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, we in the past, traditionally, we would have spent a lot of time playing games and there was no return. But tonight, when we speak about gaming, I want you to understand it's a different type of gaming. Why? Because now persons can actually participate in gaming and grow at the same time and make money at the same time in the gaming space. The gaming space now has an ecosystem that allows persons to create wealth. And this is Me speaking from a financial technology perspective, from being in the fintech space, in the crypto space, understanding NFTs, understanding futures, understanding a lot of the back end, which is now called Web3. But for a lot of persons who are joining our course, sometimes they try to figure out how do you mean gaming? Can you play? Do you have to play games? And what is gaming? They try to figure that out. I'm going to try to break that down for you tonight. Okay. Now, traditional finance, when we speak about traditional finance, like the banking system that we interact with on a daily, it's really slow. Traditionally, banking has been slow and has been limited in terms of access. There's a limited access to banking. And you guys will agree with me. And of course, if you agree with me, you can always say, yes, I understand, whatever you want to say in the chat, there's no problem. When it comes to crypto, because we're going to be speaking a lot about crypto tonight, there's a lot of speculation in the market. Okay. So 3 areas in particular I'm focusing on tonight. 1 is the gaming, 2 is the traditional banking, and the 3 is the fintech, crypto. There's a lot of speculation in the place. There's a lot of risk involved in the crypto space, and there's no real structure to take care of that whole issue of too much speculation. If you agree with me, type me a 555 in the chat, guys, because this is important. These are clear problems in the marketplace. These are clear problems. We have real solutions to these problems, and the solutions that we have is making a long-lasting impact. As a matter of fact, it's going to make a long-lasting impact. Thank you for your feedback in the chat. And this is very, very important for me as a co-founder of this company, because when we started this company, we started with a mission. We started with an intent. We started with a clear vision as to what we wanted to create. We wanted to create something that can be functional, that can be easy to use, that someone who is 95 years old would not have a problem using, okay? Interacting with. And ladies and gentlemen, in the industry, there's a lot of problems right now. And that is why those of you who have been around us and been hearing our presentations over and over and over, especially when Mr. Cordell James, Mr. King James does the presentation, you would always hear him speak about the industry problems with the fragmented systems and lack of merchant adoption and stuff like that to crypto. All these different problems we are interacting and dealing with them one at a time from a head-on perspective. If you agree with me, ladies and gentlemen, just say yes in the chat, because now is the time for you to pay absolutely close attention to where we are heading with this conversation this evening. So what is missing? This is a question. What is missing? What is missing, ladies and gentlemen, is a structured environment where people can participate, earn, and grow at the same time with a guided ecosystem. That's what's missing. When you look at the industry right now, whether you're in Canada, you're in Colombia, you're in Trinidad and Tobago, you're in St. Kitts and Nevis, you're in Jamaica, you're in Africa or Europe, you will notice that what's missing in the industry is a structured environment where people can participate, earn, and grow at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very, very focused with our guided ecosystem, the way we are building our ecosystem. We are not just, just thinking about ideas and putting something together. We are thinking, ladies and gentlemen, about what we can do to really impact the people that we are bringing to our market, which is our customers, which you happen to be one of our customers, or maybe tonight, start with us. We are really excited about what we are doing. So the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, you will have the opportunity to participate in the space, earn, grow within our ecosystem. This is absolutely phenomenal. And when it comes to GRXEN Gaming, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the gaming, because when we speak about gaming, ladies and gentlemen, it's very important to understand what angle we are coming from. This gaming actually within our ecosystem is where engagement meets earning. This is where immediately within our ecosystem, you can start with a gaming platform and start earning right away. Okay? Now, there are people on this call may not understand everything that I'm saying, and that's okay. That's quite okay. But the gaming aspect of our company is designed to introduce people to Web3. And you are on this call and you may not understand Web3. I said it a couple minutes ago. Web3 is new to a lot of people, but this, in a simple, structured way, being introduced to our market, gives you access to a platform that you would normally not have access to. And like I always introduce Mr. James when he's doing a presentation and speak about the fact that he is not just a person with theory, but practical. He has a lot of practical experience in the crypto space. And that's one of the things that you get without going through what we went through over the last 10 years. You are getting access immediately to real people who understands the market in a specific way that you will not have to go through the headaches. And if you like the sound of that, give me a 777 in the chat. You will not have to go through the headaches of trying to figure out what is NFT, what is staking, what is Web3, what is futures. You don't have to understand all these different terminologies. You don't have to understand exactly what it is, but we are bringing it to the table in such a way that you can benefit. Because what we are building, ladies and gentlemen, is a real ecosystem. This is not just about playing a game. The gaming is not about playing a game. It's about participating in a system. Wow, that's powerful, guys. That's powerful. You have an opportunity via the gaming to participate in the entire ecosystem as GRXEN grows in popularity, in trust, people trusting the product, in usability, in adoption, in everything that's taking place within our ecosystem. You have an opportunity to grow at the same time. Man, I'm excited about this because, I just know where we are heading with it. I understand because it's over a year we have been working on this platform, and specifically the gaming for the last 6 months or so, trying to figure out, if we can get the arrangement, the partnership that we were able to strike with a company that's providing the value for us within the gaming. We know where we are heading with this. So I appreciate the fact that you are on this call. I appreciate the fact that you see what we are doing. And this is why I'm taking the time. Now, any of you on this call tonight have a question or two, it would not be right for you to leave this call without asking the question, okay? And of course, getting an answer. I'm going to try to answer. I don't like answering questions much on calls, but tonight, if you have a question or two, I'm going to answer them on the call, okay? So let's jump into exactly where we are heading with this. And I'm going to make this point very, very, very clear to you guys. GRXEN Gaming, ladies and gentlemen, is really built from the perspective of engagement and giving our members an entry point into the GRXEN ecosystem. Easy, easy, easy. This takes the headache away from anyone who doesn't trust crypto, doesn't trust the token, doesn't want to buy in yet, or don't have the money to put and wait until growth. There's a lot of people who might be scared. GRXEN Gaming cuts that. It takes the barrier away from persons in that light and gives person the opportunity to engage with our company. It gives an easier entry point. If you agree with me, type me a 111 in the chat. Say, yes, Anderson, I agree. Because this is why we are giving people the opportunity. Why? Because we need people to understand what we are doing, and we need them to interact freely, without issue, without hesitation. We take the barriers out, okay? And this is very important. That's why I'm trying to make a very clear point here, because the GRXEN token is the value layer of our community. If you are on this call and you do not own any GRXEN tokens as yet, you should acquire some at the earliest possible time. As a matter of fact, tonight you should acquire some. I spoke with a young man today who said to me, hey, just, I need some tokens. And we had a conversation. He's talking about the tokens more than anything else. And I said, you're a wise man because you understand where we're heading with the token. Because value is being created right now in the ICO process. You guys know we have a token for ICO, which means for initial coin offering. Our initial coin offering runs until the 15th of August. Excuse me. Between now and then, the value of the token is increasing because we started at 5 cents during pre-ICO. Those of you who were with us since last year, April, and we started speaking about this concept. And in August, we went in pre-ICO. Then in October, we officially went in ICO at 10 cents. The value of the token now is 15 cents tonight. It's going to be 18 cents any day of this week. It's going to be 18 cents. I'm saying it to you. So if you can acquire the tokens now, it's valuable. Why am I saying this? Because a token that's 15 cents right now and grows to 18 cents immediately, excuse me, that's 20% growth. If you agree with me, ladies and gentlemen, just let me know. I don't know. I think my math is not that bad. It's 20% growth already. But when the token goes fully on board in terms of free and unlocked, it's not going to be 18 cents. It's going to be way more than 18 cents by that time. So the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, what's very important to understand is the value layer that you guys have right now with regards to our token. This token will be accepted by thousands of merchants around the world. Thousands, literally thousands of merchants around the world via Shop GRXEN, which is a spending and utility opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, this is very important for you guys to understand. So the ecosystem gives you the gaming, gives you the token, and it also gives you Grander Pay. What is Grander Pay? Today I was explaining to a young lady who did not quite understand what Grander Pay is, because she is in the US and she has family in Africa, and she's having issues with the exchange rate and stuff like that in terms of changing money. And I said to her, with Grander Pay, you will have the card, and once you have money on the card, you can transfer money from your Grander Pay card to another user who has the Grander Pay card in Africa. Takes away all the headache. More so, you have an OTC. So let's say you have crypto and you would like to sell crypto. You can sell the crypto, the fiat. You can take that and send it to your bank account, wire transfer it, or send it to your MasterCard. All of this is Grander Pay. She didn't understand it. She was just thinking it's a card and she was excited about the card. But when we started to speak in depth about what Grander Pay is, my goodness, she was blown away. She said, wow, I'm excited. Well, she said it about 10 times in the conversation. She's excited. And I said to her, yes, because this is what we are doing. This is why the gaming, ladies and gentlemen, the gaming gives the entry point, the easy access to do what we are doing, because very soon, everything within our economy, our ecosystem, our economical system will be required to access via the GRXEN token. So, ladies and gentlemen, get the tokens tonight. If you're going to get the tokens tonight, let me know in the chat, because I'm speaking to people who I believe you are on this call because you are business-minded. Makes no sense you're on the call if you're not business-minded. We're not here to make friends. We are going to become friends, of course, no problem. But we are here to discuss business, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to make sure that you guys understand where I'm coming from. That's why I'm trying my best to be absolutely clear with regards to explaining this for you over and over, because I want you to understand this is a very simple journey. It's your growth, your future. But together, everyone achieves more within this actual platform. The first thing you will be required to do is to get started. You can get started tonight, okay? Create an account. It's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. With the gaming, you can participate daily. With the gaming, you see what you earn daily. Some people are withdrawing every 2 days right now. Some people are building up in terms of their withdrawal. Some people are taking the money in their withdrawal account, which is very wise. It's very smart, and buying other packages with it because it makes sense to do so. Your money builds up. You can buy. Some people are getting commissions, transferring their commissions to their withdrawal wallet and buying another package, or organizing to get someone else in. There's a lot of different things people are doing within the ecosystem. You can do it too. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited because when Grander Pay is launched at the end of mid or the end of June, you're going to be blown away because you are going to have access to every single thing I'm talking about right now. As a matter of fact, in mid-May, we will have the bankers address our community, and that's coming up in mid-May, ladies and gentlemen. So do not miss the cause. Do not lose the focus and not pay attention on the GRXEN network, because we are building something phenomenal for you to benefit. If you agree with that, ladies and gentlemen, type me a 555 in the chat. Let me know you agree. I just like you to type because I like people to interact. We are not with each other personally, but we can at least interact. Thank you, Colleen, all the way from Canada. Thank you, Peter from Antigua. Thank you so much, all of you, for the comments in the chat. I appreciate it highly. Now let's jump in deeper into the business now. Let me share with you what you need to start with the gaming, because this is critical. Tonight, I said to you, all we're going to be talking about is the gaming. You are sitting on your balcony, on your couch, in your living room, in your car, or standing somewhere listening to this presentation and say, hey, I like the sound of what these guys are talking about. These guys are talking night after night. I heard what they're saying. I would like to participate. I would like to jump into the gaming. There are two levels of benefit for you. As a matter of fact, when we started, it only had one. Now we have two. I'm going to explain the first one we had when we started. You can say tonight, I'm going to have my money working for me. And this is one of the biggest problems in the world. One of the biggest problems in the financial space is our inability to understand having money work for us. That's one of the biggest challenges that we have. And if you are on this call, I want to recommend you read Robert Kiyosaki's books, Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Cash Flow Quadrant, things like that. These books where Robert Kiyosaki speaks a lot about passive income. Most of us are trained to go to school, get good grades, and find a good job. That's what most people do. And we get that job and we survive until we decide to retire. Ladies and gentlemen, what the rich do, they teach their children different things. And I hope you are listening to me tonight so you can teach your children different things. The idea is, yes, go to school, get good job, good grades, and find a job is beautiful, but it's also great to have your money working for you via passive income. What we do with the gaming is we allow persons the opportunity to have their money working for them whilst they sleep. My goodness, I know you like the sound of that. I know you like the sound of that. Hey, listen, I know you like the sound of that. And that's exactly what we are doing with the GRXEN Gaming. That's exactly what I love about Web3. That's what I love about what we are doing. That's what I love about what we are bringing to our community. Every member of our community, you can't say you didn't know. If you didn't know yesterday, you know now. Every member of our community have the opportunity to earn income daily. You can start with the basic. This is for people who are scared, who say, I don't trust what you are saying. Young man, I don't like you. You look like you have too many freckles on your face. Your glasses is too big. Or maybe your Trini accent is not sounding good. Yeah, you're in New York, but you speak like a Trinidadian because I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. Maybe you just don't trust what you are hearing tonight. The basic is for you. The basic gives you the opportunity from $50 maximum to $500 to earn 1% a day for 10 business days. Ladies and gentlemen, 10 business days gives you 10% profit. And at the end, you can get your capital back with your profit, okay? You say, okay, I like the guy. He sounds like he makes sense. Let's go with the advance. Beautiful. That gives you 2% profit per day for 30 business days, ladies and gentlemen. So that's 60% profit and your capital back, okay? And you say, that guy's, I like him. I really like him. I'm going to do the level up because he suggests the level up. This is what I suggest to everyone, by the way, the level up. Between $300 to $1,500 maximum. We don't stretch it too much, make it too hard for persons. $300 to $1,500. You can start with a level up, but the level up gives you 5% profit daily. That gives you 375% profit. 1,000 turns to $3,750. Okay? This is very simple, guys. Very simple. 10%, you know what 10% is. 60%, you know what 60% is. I just said 3,750, 1,000 can go to that in 75 business days. It actually takes like 105 days, okay, if you do the correct calculation in terms of time, because it only works Monday to Friday, Saturday and Sunday is off, okay? Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, there are persons on this call who would love the sound of that. That's the first way we had the opportunity for persons to make money. So if you are on this call tonight, please, I beg you, get started. Imagine I'm telling you this for your own good, because I know what we are doing. The second way, which just happened, ladies and gentlemen, is the reward system. And this is very, very important, because now we have the opportunity to earn rewards. The truth is, we did not have this opportunity 1 month ago when we started. We were back and forth with the company, trying our best to get this. And the company was saying to us over and over, no, we don't want you guys to go that way. We don't want that way. We don't want, because the company we are working with in the Web3 space is not affiliate marketing company or anything like that. Just do the business that they do, which is Web3, okay? They do it for individual customers. We wanted this, and they said to us they didn't want to give us the opportunity to reward. But we fought back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, discussing the opportunity from the perspective of incentivizing our community. So tonight, you are looking at this presentation. If you decide to introduce someone to our business, and that person says, okay, I'm going to start with $1,000 as an example, you immediately will earn 5% of $1,000, which is $50. Okay, that goes to your commission wallet. You can move it from your commission wallet to your withdrawal wallet, withdraw directly in USDT, or if you want, you can use to purchase another gaming package. That's totally up to you. But this is phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. We have persons on the call who are already there. We have persons who are experiencing the benefits of what we are doing. And I'm not going to take too much time on this because this is very straightforward. And this is what we have actually happening right now. So you can earn a different level of income. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say this to you guys, that we are very serious about our commitment to you, because we are building this business based on a lot of clarity, trust, and a strong purpose. Okay, this is not gambling. We are not gambling at all. Okay, this is not overnight magic, overnight success. We're not preaching that. Okay, this is structured participation. So if you are here and you would like to make money like overnight magic, you make $1 million between now and Christmas, that's not going to happen for you. That's not going to happen. I'm telling you, that's not going to happen. That's not part of what we plan. I'm not saying that I'm going to be angry, but that's not the intention. Okay, we are building something sustainable with a lot of longevity attached to it, and I'm very excited about this. We are not here in the temporary space. We are not thinking temporary. We are thinking long term with our project, and I'm very, very excited about what we are doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me just remind you that we as a company have a very big vision. Okay, this vision that we have is not a gaming vision. Gaming might be a part of the ecosystem, but we do not have a small vision about just gaming. Our vision is bigger than gaming. This is very important, guys. Could you imagine for a moment thousands of persons using or engaging with our company in terms of the token, merchants accepting the token? Could you imagine this 3 to 5 years down the road, ladies and gentlemen? This is serious business. We are not just building a platform, we are building a digital economy. Ladies and gentlemen, I said it a couple of days ago on the call. I'm not sure how many of you remembered when I said it, that we did not just build a token, we are building an ecosystem that needs a token. This is very important, guys. If you understand where I'm coming from tonight, you're going to get busy and do a couple of things. One, get started. And two, speak to every person that you know. Invite everyone that you know to our meetings. We're going to be doing another session tomorrow like this at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to get off this call. I'm very serious. If you understand what I'm saying, if you believe what I'm saying, you're going to get off this call tonight, get in touch with the person who invited you, get your referral link or whatever it is you need, set up your account, create your account, and get to work immediately. Why? Because this is not a joke. I said so many things tonight. I hope you guys appreciate what I shared with you tonight. I really spoke to you from the heart. I don't need a script to speak to you guys. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule again, for being here. And of course, to all of you who are continuously on these calls, night after night after night, whether it be Canada is on the call, regular. St. Kitts and Nevis is regular. Trinidad and Tobago, regular. Everywhere people are joining us, Suriname, regular. You know, we appreciate you, and we are going to continue to roll our business out every single day. If you need a private call, connect with me. I can speak with persons, three-way calls privately. You have Mr. King, who is definitely going to help you as well, because we understand a little bit more. We're going to help you do three-way calls, Zoom calls, whatever it is necessary. We're going to help you, connect with people, educate people, inform people, and of course, get people to see what we are doing. Why? Because GRXEN is here to stay. I want to thank you again for being on the call. Let me look in the chat and see if anyone asked a question, because I did say you guys can ask a question. If you have a question, you can ask a question. Feel free to ask. I'm just going through the chat to see if anyone asked anything. Okay, what type of games? Roblox? No, it's not Roblox. Far from it, actually. Yeah, I kind of wish it was Roblox, because, my children are always on Roblox. They are playing that all the time. And even them, I was like, trying to say to them that the producers of Roblox, they're not sharing the incentive, they're not sharing the money. That's the difference with Web3 and the games like Roblox and stuff. They don't share the wealth with Roblox and those type of games. With Web3, you have an opportunity to benefit from what's happening in the gaming space. It's not Roblox, it's many different things that they participate in the Web3 space. And I am very excited for what we have. It's specifically, the crypto space is very young. Many people don't agree with it when we say that we believe that this is going to impact the world in a very significant way, but it only makes sense to understand where the world is heading. In the year 1999, I remember I was now being introduced to the internet, and I had created my first email address in 1999 or 2001, somewhere thereabout. And to see where the internet has how the internet has grown and impacted the world. I remember as a young man with Jeff Bezos now coming out with Amazon, and persons having anxiety. Is everything okay? Jeff Bezos with Amazon, people were saying, Jeff Bezos is crazy. Amazon was only books. Where is this going? Where is this going? But to see Jeff Bezos now, it's crazy. You have warehouses, Amazon warehouses all over the world. This is fascinating. So for me, ladies and gentlemen, we are very early in the fintech space. We are very early in the blockchain space. We are very early with regards to where the technology is going, and we are well positioned. Yeah, we are very well positioned. I see one more comment in there. Let me see what the person said. Google says it's linked to Roblox. Wonder where it got that info from. Maybe Web3 has some link to Roblox. I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe because these systems know most things that's going on. And even if you look at what's happening today in the world, ladies and gentlemen, with regards to ChatGPT and Claude and all these different AI tools, this world is advancing very fast. So please, ladies and gentlemen, get active, get realizing where we are, and do something about it. Okay. So again, I'm going to close the call off tonight. I want to thank you guys for being on the call. Michelle Hobson from St. Kitts and Nevis, always glad to see you on these calls as well. We appreciate you, and we appreciate the fact that you guys take the time to be on these calls. We are building a robust community with real products, real services, bringing real value to the world. Anderson Chester is my name, co-founder of Grande Tech Global. And of course, we are excited to bring value to you every single day. Have a great evening. God bless.